I really like the film. I've sort of been involved from quite an early stage because I actually went to school with Nick, and but we're both sort of in the business. He had approached me and said that he's got this project, and it sounded very ambitious, but it sounded like a really, really good and unique project. And he said, "Well, we're basically trying to get people on board." So the idea was that we would film these short films to show people how to film and how to upload, because that's part of the remit, was getting people involved that wouldn't think of filming, and to use what they have at their disposal. So the idea was to show people that you can use your smartphone, you can use your digital camera, and be quite basic about it, but also try and be quite funny about it. So we made these sort of short, quirky films to try and get people involved. So there was a how to film, there was a how to upload, and then there was other sort of tips. And so that was my sort of involvement originally, and then I was involved in the launch, and then I was off the project. And I knew that obviously he was taking in all these people submitting stuff, and then he had this massive editing job. So tonight was the first time I saw. That's a lie, actually. I was also a judge on the kind of comedy stuff, because they split into categories and they got people to judge various categories, and they sent me comedy clips, and so there's really, really funny stuff in there. Not all of which made it actually onto the final cut, because I think there's a couple of clips that, for example, there's a guy that did a very funny sort of spoof weather report, but I just don't think it fitted the kind of, because I guess it was a sort of formalised comedy sketch rather than a more naturalistic thing, so it probably didn't fit the remit of the final cut. But a couple of things did make it to the final cut, which I saw, which was good, and I liked how funny it was actually. But it was the full gamut. I thought it was touching. I thought it was funny, very honest. I was chatting to Nick there about there's a young couple who are heroin addicts, and they're saying that yeah, we're heroin addicts, but we're not bad parents. Everyone, you can't tar us all with the same brush. Which I thought, I've never heard that viewpoint before. I mean, I'm probably as guilty as anyone of judging people in that position. So that was quite kind of, that hit home. The humour, which it wasn't just funny. It was also, I mean, there was a guy there who was talking about Stones, who was hilarious. But what I liked about him was that he was unashamedly Scottish. His accent was really, really broad, and he wasn't diluting that for anyone. He's like, this is how I speak. You come to me. I'm not coming to you. You make the journey to me. Obviously, he wasn't thinking any of that, but that's the kind of implication is, it's okay to be Scottish, and you can be confident about it. And I think in Scotland there is a tradition of storytelling, and that filters through to humour. And it was lovely to see that. But also just one of the stars of the film, I've forgotten his name unfortunately, but he's the guy that did the West Highland Way, and he's so, you said it tonight, he's so patriotically Scottish and so positive about Scotland, and it was lovely to see that. I mean, he wasn't always the most articulate, but then I like that. I like the fact that he just loved being Scottish, and even through grunts and noises, we were getting this love for Scotland that he had. So it was a very, very buoyant, very uplifting. How long was it? Was it 90 minutes?
Yeah, 98 minutes.
A very buoyant 98 minutes.